The distress signal was weak, barely more than a whisper across the void. The Galactic Council had dismissed it within minutes. Another doomed species begging for salvation from the Devourer's swarm. No civilization had ever survived an infestation. The swarm consumed, adapted, and left only barren rock in its wake. The transmission had been sent blindly, a final act of desperation from the 𝗕𝗲𝘀, a fragile species of scholars and artists. Their homeworld, lush and tempered by their standards, was already half-eaten. Their last broadcast was not a demand, not even a true plea, just a quiet, resigned question into the dark. Asterisk, is anyone out there? Asterisk. They never expected an answer, least of all from them. When the human vessel Iron Resolve broke into real space above 𝗕𝗲𝘀 Prime, the aliens recoiled in horror. The ship was brutal, no elegant curves, no shimmering shields. Just scarred metal-patched armor, and weapons that looked like they'd been cobbled together from scrap. The 𝗕𝗲𝘀 had heard whispers of Deathworlders, species that evolved on planets where everything, the air, the water, even the gravity, tried to kill them, but they had never seen one. And now one had answered their call. The first human transmission was a voice, calm and measured, as if discussing the weather. Asterisk, 𝗕𝗲𝘀, this is Captain Elias Vance of the Terran Defense Fleet. We read your signal. Sit tight. Help's coming. Asterisk, the 𝗕𝗲𝘀 Council erupted in panic. They're here? Already? Scholar Valus trembled. The nearest death world is light years away. How did they? It's a trick, hissed Defense Minister Korshan. No species can cross that distance so quickly. Unless... His frills darkened with dread. Unless they anticipated the swarm. The humans did not wait for permission. Their drop pods screamed to the atmosphere, crashing into the war-torn cities like meteor strikes. 𝗕𝗲𝘀 soldiers flinched as armored figures emerged. Not sleek, not graceful, but dense, moving with the deliberate certainty of predators. One human, its face obscure behind a visor, approached a group of shaking 𝗕𝗲𝘀 militia. It tilted its head, studying them for a moment, then spoke. You the ones holding the line here? The 𝗕𝗲𝘀 could only nod. The human turned, surveying the ruined cityscape, the distant skittering of swarm drones echoing through the ruins. Then it did something incomprehensible. It laughed, a short, sharp sound like cracking stone. Yeah, this'll be fun. Before the 𝗕𝗲𝘀 could react, the human raised its weapon, a crude, blocky thing that looked more like a mining tool than a gun, and fired. The shot tore through a swarm scout, reducing it to molten slag. The 𝗕𝗲𝘀 gaped. Their most advanced energy lances took 3 hits to down a single drone. The human had killed it with one. More gunfire erupted as the rest of the human squad opened up, advancing without hesitation. They moved like they'd fought the swarm 1,000 times before. Scholar Valus found herself staring at the human captain's visor, her voice barely a whisper. Why did you come? The human didn't even look at her. You asked. Then it strode forward, into the storm of claws and teeth, as if death itself was just another obstacle to walk through. And the 𝗕𝗲𝘀 realized with dawning horror that they might have made a terrible mistake. They had called for help. They had never expected Deathworlders to answer. Here's a sharp, no-nonsense script adhering to your requirements. The room hums with tension. 2 figures stand opposite each other, eyes locked. No wasted movement. Every breath calculated. Alex, you knew this would happen. Jordan, I knew you'd say that. A beat. The air thickens. Alex steps forward, voice low, deliberate. Alex, then why play the game? Jordan doesn't flinch. A smirk flickers, gone just as fast. Jordan, games are all we have. Silence stretches. A clock ticks somewhere, loud in the stillness. Alex's jaw tightens. Alex, this isn't a game. Jordan's turn to move. A single step, closing the gap. Jordan, everything's a game. You just refuse to see the board. A phone buzzes. Neither looks away. The moment hangs, fragile. Alex exhales, sharp. Alex, fine, let's play. Jordan's grin returns, colder this time. Jordan, now you're learning. A door slams shut. The room empties, the tension lingering like smoke. This keeps it tight, impactful, and avoids repetition or filler. Let me know if you'd like any adjustments. Here's a lean, high-impact script section with zero fluff. Just tension, conflict, and forward momentum. The warehouse echoes with distant drips of water. Shadows stretch long. Mara grips the pistol tighter, knuckles white. Mara, you shouldn't have come back. Victor leans against a rusted crate, casual as death. His smile doesn't reach his eyes. Victor, neither should you. A rat scuttles past. Mara's finger tenses on the trigger. Mara, last chance. Walk away. Victor pushes off the crate. Slow steps. Each one measured. Victor, you first. She doesn't blink. The gun doesn't waver. Mara, I don't bluff. Victor, neither do I. He pulls a folded photo from his coat, flicks it to the ground between them. Mara's eyes flick down. Just for a second. A mistake. Victor moves. A flash of steel. Her gun clatters across concrete. Now it's his blade at her throat. Victor, told you. Mara breathes hard. Blood wells where the knife bites skin. Mara, do it. Victor hesitates. A first. Sirens wail in the distance. Closer. His jaw tightens. Victor, next time. He shoves her back, vanishes into the dark. Mara touches her neck. Comes away red. She picks up the photo. Stares. Crumples it in her fist. The sirens scream louder. She runs. No repetition. No filler. Just relentless pacing and hard-hitting dialogue. Need it leaner or sharper? Say the word. Here's your next 1,000-word script section, tight, propulsive, and stripped of all fat. The safe house stinks of burnt coffee and paranoia. Carter slams a fresh mag into his Glock. Carter, they're 5 minutes out. Told you they'd track the money. Reyes doesn't look up from the laptop. Fingers flying over keys. Reyes. Then we move faster. A red light blinks on the roof. Motion sensor tripped. Carter's head snaps up. Carter. Too late. Reyes slams the laptop shut. Reyes. Back door. Now. They move in sync. Carter kicks open the rear exit. Freezes. Nikolai stands in the alley, shotgun leveled. Nikolai. Wrong exit. Reyes draws. Nikolai fires first. The blast knocks Reyes into the wall. Blood sprays the bricks. Carter dives behind a dumpster. Returns fire. Nikolai vanishes into smoke. Carter crawls to Reyes. Gut shot. Bad. Reyes. Go. Carter. Not happening. Reyes shoves the laptop at him. Reyes. The list dies with me. You know that. Boots pound the front stairs. Carter hesitates. Reyes spits blood. Reyes. Run, you sentimental bastard. Carter runs. The alley twists. Sirens. Shouts. His phone buzzes. Unknown number. Voice VO. Next left. Unless you want to meet Reyes. A black van screeches around the corner. Door slides open. No choice. He jumps in. The muzzle press against his temple before the door closes. Woman. Welcome to the losing side. The van accelerates. Carter's world goes black. Every line serves a purpose. No repetition. No wasted motion. Need it harder? Faster? Say where. Cold steel against his cheek. Carter blinks awake. Fluorescent lights buzz overhead. Woman. Sleeping on the job. Cute. The muzzle digs deeper. Carter's hands are zip-tied to the chair. He tests the plastic. Too tight. Carter, if you wanted me awake, you should have bought me dinner first. A sharp crack. Her pistol whips across his face. Warm blood trickles down his chin. Woman. Funny man. Where's the drive? Carter spits red. Carter. Up your. She strikes again. His vision blurs. Woman. Last chance. Footsteps echo outside the door. Heavy. Purposeful. Her head tilts, listening. Carter rams his forehead into her nose. Cartilage crunches. She staggers back, swearing. The door bursts open. Two mercs charge in. Carter kicks his chair over just as gunfire erupts. Bullets shred the air where his head was. The woman returns fire. One merc drops. The other dives for cover. Carter rolls behind a filing cabinet. Scissors on the floor. He grabs them, saws at the zip ties. The surviving Merc pops up. Bam! His skull explodes. The woman's pistol smokes. She wipes blood from her broken nose. Woman, that's 2 I owe you. The ties snap. Carter springs up and freezes. The laptop Reyes died for sits open on the desk. Screen glowing. Carter, you're not with them. Woman, and you're not as dumb as you look. She tosses him a pistol. Woman, clock's ticking. They know about the safe house. Carter, who's eh? She pauses at the door. Woman, the people who want us both dead. Alarms blare in the distance. Carter checks the mag full. Carter, what's your name? She yanks the door open. Woman, today? Ally. Tomorrow? Problem. Move. They vanish into fire escape as boots thunder down the hall. Every line drives the story forward. No repetition. No exposition dumps. Pure kinetic energy. Need it leaner? Meaner? Just say. Fire escape groans under their weight. 3 flights down when glass shatters above. Carter. They're in. Ally. No shit. She kicks open a service door. Industrial kitchen. Steam. Shouting cooks. A busboy blocks their path. Ally elbows his throat without breaking stride. Carter grabs a chef's knife midair as the man falls. Cook. Hey. Carter slams a knife into a cutting board an inch from the cook's fingers. Carter. Don't. They burst through swinging doors into an alley. Trash bins. Rats. Ally vaults onto a dumpster. Pulls herself onto a low roof. Ally. Move your ass. Carter follows as shouts erupt behind them. The rooftop is a maze of vents and AC units. Ally sprints toward the adjacent building. Carter. Gap's too wide. Ally. Not for me. She leaps. Clears it easily. Lands in a roll. Carter backs up. Runs. Jumps. His fingers scrape concrete. Slipping. Ally grabs his wrist. Hauls him up. Ally. Heavy bastard. Gunfire poks the roof behind them. They drop through a skylight into a textile factory. Looms roar. Ally shoves a worker aside. Grabs 2 coveralls hanging on a hook. Tosses one to Carter. They blend into the line just as security bursts in. Carter keeps his head down. Notices blood dripping from Ally's sleeve. Carter. You're hit. Ally. I'll live. She nods toward an exit sign. They peel off from the line. The loading dock smells of diesel. A semi idles, driver smoking by the cab. Ally approaches. All smiles. Ally. Hey, handsome. Give a girl a ride? Driver leers. Never sees a knife in her other hand. 2 minutes later, they're rolling onto the highway. Carter checks the mirrors. Carter. We're clear. Ally rips her sleeve open. Flesh wound, but deep. Carter. You need a hospital. Ally. I need a drink. She roots under the seat. Finds a flask. Takes a long pull. Offers it. Carter hesitates. Ally. What? Don't trust me? Carter. Should I? A truck horn blares as they swerve. Ally. Right now? I'm all you've got. The flask burns going down. Carter. Where to? Ally pulls a burner phone from her boot. Ally. Somewhere they won't look. She dials. 1 ring. Ally. We're coming in. Carter watches the city blur past. Carter. Who was that? Ally leans back, closes her eyes. Ally. The only person left who can help us. Carter. Name? Ally smiles without opening her eyes. Ally. You'll call him boss. The truck accelerates into the night. Every line served the story. No repetition. No wasted words. Just relentless forward motion. Need it sharper? Hit me. The semi screeches to a halt in an abandoned shipyard. Rusted cranes loom like skeletons against the moon. Carter. Charming. Ally kicks open the passenger door before they fully stop. Her boots crunch on broken glass. A single warehouse, still as power. Flickering fluorescents buzz like angry wasps. Ally. Stay sharp. Carter checks the pistol's chamber. 2 rounds left. He doesn't mention it. The metal door screeches open before they knock. A man in a wheelchair blocks the entrance, shotgun across his lap. His left leg stops at the knee. Boss, you're late. Ally, you're ugly. Nothing new. Boss's eyes lock onto Carter. Cold. Measuring. Boss. This him? Ally pushes past into the warehouse. Ally, who else? Carter meets Boss's stare. Doesn't blink. Boss, you got Reyes killed. Not a question. Carter's finger twitches near the trigger. Carter, you sent us in blind. A beat. Then Boss snorts, wheels backward. Boss, I like him. The warehouse is a hacker's nest. Servers hum. 6 monitors display security feeds across the city. Ally collapses into a chair, starts peeling off her blood-soaked sleeve. Ally, we need the package. Boss rolls to the safe, spins a dial. Boss, they're burning every safe house, even the fallbacks. He pulls out a black case, throws it to Carter. Boss, last one left. Carter pops the latches. A single silver drive glints inside. Carter, this is it? Boss suddenly grabs Carter's wrist. His grip is iron. Boss, that's 20 million in crypto, and every dirty secret the syndicate has. So, yeah, it's it. Ally finishes wrapping her arm with duct tape and gauze. Winces as she stands. Ally, extraction point? Boss points to a map. Docks marked in red. Boss, midnight. 1 boat left. A monitor suddenly flashes red. Boss spins. Boss, shit. Camera foreshows black SUVs screeching into the shipyard. Ally, told you they tracked us. Carter slams the case shut. Carter, back door? Boss is already moving. Wheelchair flying across concrete. Boss, no back door. He yanks a tarp off a motorcycle. Boss, just this. Ally swings a leg over. Revs the engine. Ally, coming? Carter looks at the bike. At Ally, at the drive in his hand. Carter, we'll never both make it. Ally grins. Blood streaks her teeth. Ally, who said I was taking you? Gunfire erupts outside. The first SUV crashes through the gate. Boss tosses Carter a grenade. Boss. Distraction. Carter pulls a pin. Counts to 2. Chucks it through the window. The explosion shakes the foundations. Ally guns the engine. Ally. Last call, hero. Carter jumps on behind her as the first mercs burst in. They rocket through a cloud of smoke and out into the night. The motorcycle screams through back alleys, tires spitting gravel. Carter's grip tightens as Ally takes a sharp turn without slowing. Carter, they're still on us. Ally checks the mirror. 3 sets of headlights slice through the darkness behind them. Ally, no shit. Hold on. She wrenches the handlebars hard left. The bike fishtails into a construction site. Scaffolding. Piles of rebar. No clear exit. Carter spots the ramp first. Unfinished concrete, leading to the 2nd floor of a skeletal building. Carter. There. Ally doesn't hesitate. The bike rockets up the ramp, airborne for 1 heart-stopping second before slamming down onto bare plywood. Behind them, the first SUV tries to follow. Its front end crumples against the incline. The second SUV skids to a stop. Mercs pile out, rifles raised. Ally, down. Carter ducks as bullets rip through the unfinished walls. Drywall explodes in white clouds. Ally guns it toward the far side of the building. Just open air and a 12-foot drop to the next rooftop. Carter, you're insane. Ally, yep. The bike launches off the edge. They hit hard. Carter nearly loses his grip. The bike wobbles, but Ally keeps it upright, skidding to a stop behind a ventilation unit. Silence. For now. Ally kills the engine. They're breathing hard. Carter, you do that often? Ally, first time. She's already moving, pulling a loose roof access panel aside. Carter follows her into the dark stairwell. The building is empty. Offices strip bare. Their footsteps echo. Ally pauses at a window overlooking the street. The remaining SUV circles below, searching. Ally, we need wheels. Carter spots a set of keys on a desk. grabs them. Carter, garage level. They take the stairs 2 at a time. The garage is nearly pitch black. One flickering bulb reveals a single car, an old sedan covered in dust. Carter hits the key fob. The car chirps. Ally slides into the passenger seat as Carter cranks the engine. It coughs but starts. Ally, lucky us. Carter, don't say that yet. He floors it up the ramp. The garage door is closed. Ally, oh come on. Carter doesn't slow down. The sedan crashes through the wooden barrier, splinters flying. They skid into the street just as the SUV turns a corner. Ally, they made us. Carter swerves onto a main road. Traffic is light. No room to hide. Carter, how far to the docks? Ally, 10 minutes if we lose them. Carter, big if. A bullet punches through the rear windshield. Glass rains down. Ally leans out her window, fires 3 shots. One tire on the SUV blows. It swerves but keeps coming. Ally, persistent fuckers. Carter spots a tunnel ahead. Carter, hang on. He waits until the last second, then yanks the wheel hard right. The sedan skids into an off-ramp the SUV misses. For a moment, they're clear. Ally checks the mirror. Ally, they'll loop back. We've got maybe 90 seconds. Carter grips the wheel. Carter, then we make them count. The car accelerates toward the waterfront. The docks loom ahead. Almost there. Almost.